deep inside of all of us and all beings. There's this very tender, very vulnerable core nature deep inside of all of our hearts, a very tender, very vulnerable, very sensitive nature. You imagine a clam. They have these very hard shells and they're closed tightly. But inside of every clam, there's that pink, tender tissue that encompasses their entire inner being. And so too, this mind with its imaginations, thinking, this personality with its habits and tendencies, all of these conditionings, they create this hard shell that covers over, tries to protect this internal, vulnerable, tender, sensitive, raw heart. And so much of the conditionings, of the negativities, of the building of the identities is to run away, block out this reality of vulnerability at the core. So much of this mind, this thinking, imagination, incessant, compulsive imagination is resisting, fighting, trying to run away from this reality of vulnerability. But we're just like this soft, tender, pink tissue inside of a clam. And this quality of vulnerability, when we find it, when we clarify it, intimate with it, and connect deep to it, is the place of profundity. If you've ever listened to an artist, a musical artist, a singer, if you've ever seen a performance, usually they're acoustic, where someone taps into like a deep, raw state and sings forth from that deep, raw state. Everyone is absolutely touched. People are blown away. Because this quality of vulnerability, when we can access it, tune into it, tap into it, we can enter into a dimension, a zone, a profundity within our being. There is a power that comes with vulnerability. Meditatively accessing vulnerability and at the right time and place, this quality of vulnerability can drive and empower spiritual purification. This quality of vulnerability can empower and enliven spiritual insight. It's getting into the bare, raw nerves of this being. When we tune into the quality of vulnerability, heartfelt and authentic in our purification practice, that's where we can start to scrub things off of our energetic being, really at the root level. Similar to like a dentist when they kind of start to get into the nerves of one's teeth to take out a cavity, to take out an infection. When you get into the roots of something, there's just these raw nerves. So when we get into the roots, rooting out craving, rooting out conceit, rooting out ego, the place of profundity for that purification, clarification, awakening process is in this place of vulnerability. And just like with a clam, when we can get that clam to open up and dig into those raw, tender tissues, there's a pearl. Treasures can be found, riches can be found inside of that clam. How do we get a clam to open up? How do we get a clam to open wide? It needs warm, calm water. Putting a clam into warm, calm, steady temperature, steady water. And very gradually, in that warmth and calm, the clam can start to relax, to ease. When that relaxing and easing in that space, that zone of comfort, it opens, and that tender, sensitive, vulnerable inner nature can touch the outside. There's access to it. And then the pearls, the riches, can come out